Buy downs are a big topic these days. However, understanding exactly what a buy down is and the options you have can be a bit hard to follow. So in a really quick, concise video here, I want to give you an idea of what they are and how you may be able to use them to your benefit. There's two sides of the argument to buy downs. First and foremost, we don't want to put the buyers in an unsustainable situation. So that is taken into account with any initial conversation or any strategy conversation we have. Where a buy down is a good option is when the seller is willing or whomever is willing to contribute to the cost of a buy down, incentivizing the buyer to purchase the property. You know, if in this market, if there's opportunity to negotiate a little more aggressively, this can be a good source or a good place rather to place those funds to the benefit of the buyer. From the seller's perspective, it can be a good way to stand out against the competition. And what I mean by that is if you list in the listing there, or the property's listed to be offering a buy down, you know, maybe that garnishes a bit more attention than a property that doesn't offer a buy down, and could be worth considering. The essence of a buy down is in the name. By buying the interest rate down, you're applying extra funds up front to bring the interest rate down for a specific amount of time. There are a handful of options. So there's a 2-1 buy down, there's a 1-1 buy down, and then there's a 1-0 buy down. And what that means is within those kind of two numbers there, the first number is what the interest rate will do the first year. The second number is what the interest rate will do the second year. So if it's a 2-1 buy down, and let's say the actual rate is 7%, the first year the rate of repayment is 2% less the actual rate. So you'd be 5% the first year, and then so you'd be 6% the second year. Year 3, the interest rate would be at 7%. So it's a gradual increase in rate. 1-1 buy down, maybe you can do the math here, but I'll quickly explain. If you're at 7% with the actual rate, year 1 you'd be at 6, year 2 you'd be 6, year 3 you'd be at 7%. And then the 1-0 is year 1, you're 1% less, year 2 you are at the actual rate. Let's talk about the cost of the buy down. So each different buy down option has different costs entailed, and the more rate reduction there is to the buyer, the more expensive the buy down is up front. And to help you understand, the way it's paid is any unpaid interest. So let's say the actual rate is 7%, the rate the first year is 5, second year is 6. The difference that isn't being paid over those first 2 years is collected in full up front. So from a lender's perspective, there's really no discount or any change given to the buyer. It's just who's paying part of the payment, which is actually where the benefit is, right? The seller or another interested party can make a portion of the payment for the buyer and really incentivize the purchase and or offset some housing cost. So the 2-1 buy down is going to be the most expensive. The 1-1 is kind of that next tier down. And then the 1-0, where there's only 1 year buy down at a discount of 1%, is the least expensive. Those funds are collected up front and placed into an account like an escrow account, and on a monthly basis, those funds just supplement the monthly payment to help hit kind of that full required payment. And what you'll hear on the radio, probably coming soon to TV commercials, is the ability to buy that interest rate down, and then before the interest rate gets to the actual rate over that kind of 3-year period, refinance the mortgage. A lot of assumptions made there. So when a mortgage company advertises that, they're making the assumption that interest rates will be lower at the end of that 2-year period, which will probably be the case. Makes me a little uncomfortable because we cannot guarantee that. We don't know exactly where the economy is going. And going back to kind of the previous point, we really don't want to set false expectations and put a buyer or a homeowner in an unsustainable situation. Ultimately, options are a good thing. In a market like this, sometimes it takes a bit of creativity to make all the puzzle pieces fit together. And in addition to that, you really need good professionals around you giving solid advice. My name is Michael.shotnik. I'm with Sierra Pacific Mortgage. Would love to talk with you if you are a home buyer, home seller, real estate agent involved in real estate at all and have questions or considering going down the path of a buy down. Give me a call. You can always reach me at this number,